Hello dear students, welcome back to the science class. I hope you all are fine at your home and hope you all are studying well in your home. Okay, dear students, we will go for the next chapter, that is the fifth one, that is the separation of substances. Okay, in this chapter we will study how the substances are separated, in which methods they are separating the substances. Okay, we will see now. The first we will go for the first, that is introduction part. In your page number 44 they have given the introduction part. See, everybody take your textbooks and see how I will explain, go through that one. We know that classification of materials is useful in studying of them. Yes, classification of we have a different kinds of materials surrounding. Yes, so we need a classification for that one. Okay, why we need classification? It will help us to understand easily or identify easily. For the same reason, we also need to separate the materials or a substance available in nature. See, it is also necessary that we have to separate those. We have to make a separation also there. On separation, some of its components or maybe all are useful. For example, stones and husk are removed from the rice before it is cooked. We use a different object to separate the substances. For example, tea stainer, a silver, a tea stainer, a sieve, etc. See, why we are separating the substances here? See, whenever we are cooking a rice, before going to cook the rice, what we will do? We will separate the stones, or some husk will be present in that one. Okay, to separate, if we eat, it is not good for our health, as you all know. Okay, to separate that the stones and the husk from the rice, we will use a separation method. Okay, and one more, you can use the best example, that is a tea stainer. Okay, see, as you all will drink tea in your daily life, yes, it is stained and it is used. Why? We can't drink that tea powder. Yes, with a tea powder you can drink? No, it is not possible. So what we will do? We will use to separate that tea. We will tea and that tea powder. What we use? We use stainer. Okay, that is also one. It is one, tea stainer is one of the example. And one more, we will use a hand picking method for separate the husk and stones from the rice. We use a hand picking method. Like this, we have some different what we have. We are having some different object. Yes, we are having even they will use some different of kinds of objects to separate the whatever the things is present in that one. Okay, this is about the introduction part. Okay, let us see the next part. Composition of a material. How the material is composed of? Yes, in the materials we are having a different kinds of contents are present. Okay, it is made up of some contents. For that we call compositions. Okay, see here, materials are made up of very small particles. Yes, see, all the materials, whatever you see surrounding in your nature, the materials are present. Okay, those materials are made up of what they are telling, small particles. Okay, you know, very small particles or units, we can say particles or units. The smallest unit of which an object is made up of is known as an atom. Then what is the atom here? The first definition is atom. The smallest unit of which an object is made up of. You consider any object, that object is made up of a smallest, what it is made up of, a smallest unit, or else you can use a particle. The smallest unit or a particle is made up of a what small is made up of which an object is made up of is known as an atom. Remember the definition. What is the atom? The smallest unit or a particle of which an object is made up of. Any object is made up of what? It is made up of a smallest particle. For that what we are calling the term, that is atom. Remember. Okay. See, pure substances consisting of one type of atoms. See, we are having in our surroundings, we are having pure substances also and impure substances also. Okay, what they are telling here, the pure substances are there, no? Those are made up of only one atom. Okay, then what is the atom? It is made up of made up of a very small particles. See, pure substances consisting of one type of atoms are called elements. The next definition here is about elements. What is the element? See, pure substances, like you take a gold. Gold is the best example for pure substances. It is pure. Gold is only made up of gold only. It is pure substances. okay, which consists of one type of atoms. In that gold only one type of atom is present. If gold will be first in a, it will be in a very soft, okay, it will exist in a very soft nature. Okay, to make it hard they will mix another element there, another metal they will mix to make it a hard, but basically that gold is in a pure substance. Gold will be in a pure substance. It is made up of only one kind of atom. Remember, it is made up of only one kind of atom. Pure substances which consist of one type of atoms are known as the elements. Then what is the element? Here in the element, just to remember, it is made up of only one kind of atom. For example, iron. See, iron is made up of only iron. It is not mixed with any other metals or any other elements are mixed here. Okay, gold, silver, hydrogen and copper. These all are example for pure substances, we can say. These are example for elements. These are made up of only one type of atom. The substances which are made up of only one type of atoms are known as elements. So this is the second definition. Dear students, these are very important definitions. So remember one by one properly. I will be explaining one by one. Okay, next you see about elements you learnt. An element has only one type of atoms which are identical in all the aspects. What they are telling, see here, this element has only one type of atom. In that only one type of atom is present and it is identical. Identical is nothing but it is similar. It has a similar nature. Okay, it has identically same. It is same in all the aspect. In whichever aspect you see, it is all is same in that. Atoms of most elements cannot exist independently in nature as they are unstable by nature. They combine with the other in a fixed ratio by mass of to form a molecules. See here what they will do. These atoms, most elements they will not exist independently. They will dependent on other elements. They are dependent on other. See, independently in nature as they are unstable by nature, because they are not stable in a nature. Okay, they are unstable in a nature. So what they will do? These elements they will combine with each other. Okay, they combine with each other in a fixed ratio by a mass to form a molecule. See, these elements, whatever these pure substances are there, no, these will not exist. Okay, independently. They will depend on other substances. Okay, because why? Because these will not be dependent. These are independent? Because these are unstable in nature. These are not stable in the nature. Okay, so they will depend on other substances. For that we call them molecules. Molecules are the smallest structural units. It is the smallest structural particle, we can say. Unit is nothing but particles also we can use here. Molecules are the smallest structural particles of matter which can exist independently in a nature. These will be independent. These will not dependent on any other. Okay, here in the molecules what will happen? It will be in a smallest particle. It will exist in a smallest particle of a matter. You know what is a matter? Matter is nothing but which will occupy the space. Okay, matter is nothing but which will occupy the space. Any object you take which will occupy whatever the surrounding things you are seeing, those all are made up of a matter. Okay, board, duster, window, desk, these all are made up of matter because they will occupy the space. Okay, they will occupy the space. So molecules are the smallest structural units of matter which can exist independently in a nature are called molecules. Okay, this is about the molecules. Substances like water, sugar and salt etc. are also made up of molecules. Okay, these whatever you see in your day-to-day life, water, it may be sugar, salt, these are also made up of what? Molecules. These molecules have atoms two or more different elements. These molecules also have atoms. Okay, these salt, sugar and water, these also have molecules which is made up of two or more different elements. That atom is made up of two or more again different molecules here. Elements. Such substances which have atoms of two or more elements are known as compounds. Again next comes here, what is a compound? Compound is nothing but the atoms here. Compound. Substances which have atoms of two or more elements. Okay, see, any substance you take, that will be having the atoms of 2 or more elements. In that atom it will be having 2 or more elements will be present there, so are known as the compounds. For example, I will give some examples also here. See, when the molecules of a element or a compounds are present together, it is called a mixture. See, again one more term is forming. What is mixture here? When the molecules of a elements or compounds are present together. See, which will present together here? Elements of a well, it may be element or compound. Okay, when the molecules of elements or compounds, molecules of elements it may be, or it may be compounds also, if they are present together, both are present together, then what we call it is called as a mixture, because here the two substances combined here, so we call it is a mixture. For example, milk and air. Milk is there, but where it is present? In the air only. In the surrounding the milk, air is present, so it is milk is also a mixture. We call milk and air is a mixture. It is a mixture of milk and air itself. Okay. For example, milk and air are common mixtures. In nature, there are about 118 elements. The entire universe is made up of these elements. How many elements are there? Remember, dear students, totally we are having a 118 elements. This is a very important. How many elements are there, dear students, in the surrounding? Total our universe is made up of 118 elements. Okay, remember, we are having in our universe total 118 elements are there. Okay, this is an important term, remember. Okay, the entire universe is made up of these elements. The entire whatever we are we are there in the universe, that universe is made up of these elements only. Remember, how many elements are there? Totally we are having a 118 elements are present. Elements differ from different form may combine in a mixed proportion to form a compound which is in a different state. For example, hydrogen and oxygen are both gases which combine to form a water. See, water is made up of, again what here? Water. Whatever you are drinking in your day-to-day life, that water is made up of hydrogen. That water is made up of a hydrogen and one more gas, that is the hydrogen and oxygen. It is made up of oxygen. So for water, what we are calling? H2O. Water consists of a hydrogen. H stands for a hydrogen and O stands for a oxygen. So see, dear students, remember here, this is about their definition. You can write it in your as a points and you can read it, dear students. So I will rub it and I will write that one, how that water will exist. And water is made up of how many elements? Hydrogen is also one element and oxygen is also one of the element. I told na total how many elements are there? You can write 118 elements. Okay. I will give an example. If we consider water as one element, see, in the water which are the elements are present? Hydrogen, and hydrogen is also one of the element and oxygen is also one of the element. So you may heard that water we are calling in a H2O in a chemical form. In a chemical form we are calling H2O. H stands for a hydrogen and O stands for a oxygen here. Okay, so water is made up of two elements here. Water is made up of two elements. So one is a hydrogen and one is a oxygen. Okay, see here. Sodium. Okay, here we will see next one. Water which is a liquid. See here, water is a hydrogen and oxygen are both the gases. See, hydrogen and oxygen, what these are? These are both are gases. These are. Okay, these both are gases which combine to form a water which is a liquid. Water is a liquid form. Okay. Similarly, sodium is a solid and chlorine is a gas. They combine to form a sodium chloride which is a solid. See, again they are giving one more elements here, that is a sodium and a chlorine. Sodium and one more chlorine. What they will do? Sodium and chlorine, they will combine. Okay, they will combine with each other. Sodium is a solid Sodium is a solid state. You know what is a solid state and what is a liquid state. Chlorine is in a liquid state. Okay. Next, sodium and chlorine will mix together and they will form a sodium chloride. Sodium chloride they will form here. Okay. Again, the sodium chloride is in which form? It is in a solid form. As these two are gases and these two combine together and they are in which state? They are in a liquid state. They are in a liquid state. Hydrogen and oxygen both are gases, but they are present in a liquid state here. Sodium and chlorine you take. Sodium is a liquid solid state and chlorine is a liquid state. They both combine together and they will form a solid state here. Okay, sodium chloride they will form here. Okay, you can observe the activity 1 here, page number 45. In that they have given, read the table given here and discuss about the different compounds and the elements they are made up of. As I have given, water is made up of hydrogen and oxygen compounds. Okay, the compounds present, elements present in water are hydrogen and oxygen. Hydrogen and oxygen are gases here, but basically they are elements only. Common salt, whatever you are using in your day-to-day life, that salt is made up of sodium and chlorine. That sodium and chlorine, sodium and chlorine, again sodium chloride. Okay, that chemical names we are in a day-to-day life we are calling a salt as in a common name salt only it is. But if you go in a science, that is scientific name, that is a chemical, that is a sodium chloride. For a salt, that a chemical name is a sodium chloride. Salt is made up of a sodium and a chlorine. Sodium is a solid state, chlorine is a which state it is? It is in a liquid state. Okay, both they combine together and they will form water. The sodium chloride, that is a salt it is. Sodium chloride is a salt it is. Sugar, you see, sugar, whatever you are using for day to day for the sweetness, you will use the sugar. That sugar is made up of a carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. Okay, next one, carbon dioxide. So it is made up of carbon and oxygen again. Lime, calcium and oxygen. Urea, it is made up of a nitrogen, hydrogen, oxygen and carbon. See, it is made up of total 4 elements. And they will form one compound. Mixing of these one compound will form a here. Remember, and then vinegar. They are using the vinegar in for cooking for the in a bakery and all. That is made up of carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. Total it will mix together and it will form a vinegar compound. Okay, this is about the elements, the compounds which are made up of elements we learnt here. Next we will move for the mixture and its types. We will see what are the mixtures and what are its types. We will see, dear students. I hope you have cleared this point now. See here, a substance which contains only one type of molecule is called as a pure substances. See, what is a pure substances are nothing but it contains only one type of molecules. As I have given gold, pure gold, if you consider that gold is basically, it will be in a pure substance only. Later they will mix to make it a hard substance, because as that gold will be in a soft nature. Okay, to make it a hard, they will mix another metal for that one. Okay. But there are very few substances which are pure, such as a sugar and a salt. See, sugar will give only one type, sugar, sweet only it will give. Salt will give salty nature. Okay, all the elements and compounds are pure substances. See, all the elements and compounds, whatever we learned now, elements and compounds, they are pure substances they are telling here. A mixture contains a molecules of 2 or more substances. For example, air is a mixture of several gases. A mixture contains a mixture, that mixture will be contains what? It will be containing molecules of 2 or more substances. Okay, it is basically that mixture is made up of molecule. Again in that molecules, there will be 2 or more substances will be present. For example, air is a mixture of several gases. Yes, air is like oxygen, carbon dioxide and nitrogen, and water also, and water vapors also. Air, whatever we are breathing, that air is made up of how many molecules you see, dear students, here? It is made up of oxygen, carbon dioxide, nitrogen, water vapor. Dust and smoke particles are also present in air, as you all know very well. Dust and even the particles, smoke particles also present in air. Milk is also mixture of a cream and a water. Yes, of course you all know it is a mixture of a cream. Cream is present and even the water is also present. The different substances present in a mixture are called a components. Whatever the different substances are present, no, for that we are calling component. Like you have taken now milk and a cream. This milk and cream we call components, we call for that one. Okay, see, we will see what is mixture here. Next definition is a mixture. Mixture is what it is. A mixture contains a molecules of a two or more substances. A mixture is a mixture contains molecules of two or more substances. Two or more substances. Okay, this is the definition of a mixture. Example, you can take a mixture of a air. What is a mixture is present in air? There are several gases are present here. Mixture of several gases. Oxygen air is a mixture of several gases. This is a mixture of air. Okay, air you can take as an example. And it is a mixture of several gases, that is oxygen, carbon dioxide, very present in CO2, and one more nitrogen, and they are telling nitrogen stands for N, and water vapor. Example for a mixture is you take a air mixture. Okay, air mixture you can take. In the air several gases are present: oxygen, carbon dioxide, carbon dioxide, nitrogen N, and water vapor is also present in that air mixture. Okay, these whatever these are there, for these we are calling it as for these all the whatever it is present, for these we are calling a components. We are calling components. Okay, next you see. Next we are having on the basis of their components. On the basis of these components, they categorize. They on the basis of a mixtures are classified into two categories. Again, see here, mixtures are categorized. There are two types. On the basis of what? On the basis of components. Mixture is classified into two types. One is a heterogeneous mixture, and one more is a homogeneous mixture. Heterogeneous mixture, and one more is a homogeneous mixture. This is the two types of a mixtures. Okay, one is a heterogeneous mixture and one more is a homogeneous mixture. On the basis of a components, mixture is classified into two types. One is a heterogeneous and one is a homogeneous mixture. What is a heterogeneous mixture then? The mixture whose components can be easily seen is called a heterogeneous mixture. What is heterogeneous? The components, the mixture whose components can be seen easily. Whose components can be seen easily. I told what is the components. Okay, see, for example, we can give a mixture of a sand and water. Yes, mixture of sand and water. If you take a example, you see, if you take one glass, if you consider one glass, in that you have put the even water also and even the salt also, and you have put the water also and sand particles also present here. You can see that sand and you can see that water. Okay, so you can see that one, the components, one is a sand component, one more is a water component. You can see that one. For that we are calling here heterogeneous. Then what is homogeneous mixture? See here, mixture, here see, if the components of a mixture cannot be seen or not visible, then they are homogeneous. The mixture whose components cannot be seen. You take one example as water and sugar. Mix water and sugar. Okay, just you take one glass and mix the water and even the sugar also. You just mix it properly, and if you hold it, just you say what is this one. You can't say that it is a mixture of if you know that you have put the salt only or sugar only, then you can say it is a mixture of a sugar or mixture of a salt. Here the sugar components is not visible. If you completely mix it, then you can't see that sugar particles, but here you can see the sand particles. This is about the heterogeneous and this is about the homogeneous. Okay, next we will see about the properties of a mixture. Okay, dear students, in the next class we will study about the properties of a mixture, and we will see how it is reasons for separating a constant of a mixture, and methods we will see. Then how they are separating solid from solid, how they are separating solid from liquid, which method they are using, we will study in the next video class. Till that you watch this video. If you have any doubt, you can contact me. Then study well. Thank you. Have a nice day.